Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and today I am going to be flipping through these 4 planners for my October After the Pin spreads. So I know you can only see 2, but I do have 4 planners here. These are my massive combined specialty planners and just all of my functional planners that I use for my day-to-day tracking and planning and all of the things. They are set up as big happy planners, so letter size planners that are on expander discs. And I'm just going to be flipping through October, so a lot of this is going to be, I think, fairly straightforward just because these are the same planners I've been using for most of 2023, and I just wanted to show you the pages. But it's now kind of like mid-November, so I don't really remember, but I think that October was pretty much a lighter month where I wasn't really writing in my planners quite as much. So again, I think it will be fairly straightforward. I do have here my work planner, my personal catch-all planner, then I have my faith planner and my food log, and I think I'm just going to go in that order that I just named them in. So I'm going to take this stack and move it over here. We'll start with my work planner. Now my work planner is right now a combination of a classic vertical planner as well as a big dashboard planner. And so for my work planner, I will flip through all the pages, but some of it might have to be blurred out just because student names are on there, and just for privacy reasons, I don't want to have my student names out there. But you will, I think, still get the general idea of what I was doing for the month. So let me get to October. We'll start here. So as you can see, one of the very first things that I have is this currently page, which I have over the course of the past several months just stopped filling out. So then I have again a classic vertical planner. This was originally a quill bound planner that I basically cut off of the coil and then punched for disbound. But then we flip to the very first page here, which is the monthly spread. And as you can see, I did decorate, put some stickers down, but I use it mostly just to track my work hours. So that's pretty straightforward there. And then on this page, I did decide to just go ahead and cover up with sticky notes the student names, just so you can kind of get the vibe here. But this is one of the, I think only spreads that I decorated in October, so I just wanted to have a nice fun fall spread because this was fall break. So that is that page. Oops, skipping a couple pages. So then the next page, I do have to blur some of this out. And in fact, it'll probably be most of this side. I'll have to blur this side out. But I do have just notes to myself. Most of this week I did have on sticky notes. Again, I'll have to blur out some of this just because of student names. And then I also later on decided that I wanted to write down some of the things that I'm cleaning out of my space. Let me put it on the side so you can see it. But it's just kind of just post-it notes to myself. These were things that I'm trying to clear out of my office because I am moving offices. So I wanted to basically just get everything out of my work office. And so that process started basically at the beginning of October. And so again, I did decorate this spread. This is a kit from Willow Way Stickers. She has been in the process of changing up her Etsy shop. And so I don't know, I definitely know you can't find this kit again, but she's been changing layouts and just doing a couple of other different things with her shop. So I will post a link in the description, but she might not be open right now for purchasing stickers. The previous week also was scrapbook paper. Let me actually go back to it. It was scrapbook paper and a couple of Happy Planner boxes, as well as the quotes from one of the fall sticker books for the Happy Planner. So that was that week. And then since I was using Willow Way stickers and just trying to use up some of that stash, I did decide to do another week of Willow Way stickers. Again, I'll link her shop below. Some of this, again, I have to blur out, but it'll be mostly just the writing. Hopefully you can kind of see the stickers, but I did just put the stickers kind of in this upward movement. I don't work Saturdays and Sundays usually, and so that's kind of ended up, that's why it looks heavy on the left hand side. And that was the last week that I decorated. The 29th, again, I'll have to blur some of this out, but I just was pen to paper. I just had to write all the things down, and that was pretty much it. So I also have the 30th and 31st. I'll go ahead and show that to you. That's of course attached to November. Actually, it's not even in here, so let me pull it out where it is. Okay, then the other planner is going to be this big dashboard planner. So it started here in October. The divider is beautiful. I didn't do anything with the monthly. And so this next page, I won't show it to you, but it's basically some documentation for a new job that I picked up. So I like have it kind of pasted in here. But this is the first week where I started. And so yeah, it's just all of my meetings. I wrote a note here. And then the very next page, again, I won't show it to you, but it's basically a list of like all the sticky notes with student names and, you know, all the tasks that I had to do for the job. So I won't flip that to that page, but then I'll show you this page. And that's pretty much it. I actually didn't write, I don't think, for the 30th and 31st of October. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't. If I did, I'll show you in the November flip through, but those were just basically the 2 weeks. I did start a new job basically. And so that is what's happening here. I basically started like onboarding right before graduation, and now I'm like all the way fully in doing all the things. So that is my work planner. Right, so done with that one. Next, we will do my personal / catch-all. So anything that's not work related, and sometimes even stuff that's work related, will end up in here. So this is kind of like where I do the broad picture of like my weekly plans and schedules and all of that, as well as daily planning if I want to get a little bit more detailed. Now, in the month of October, I didn't do any daily planning, from what I remember at least. So these are all, I believe, September pages. So it will be pretty straightforward because it's just going to be the weekly pages. This is October 1st, so I wanted to show that to you. I don't know where the other side of it is, but like basically this is October 1st. And then this is what my weekly planning looks like. I don't use any stickers in this planner. This is what I consider kind of my like pre-planner or future planner. So I write events in this weekly layout like far in advance. And so I do also use it during the week to just kind of track what I'm doing in terms of chores, my to-do list, that kind of thing. But it's just pen to paper, as you can see. This week I wrote a little bit more on this side, but again, just pen to paper. These are outdated dashboard layout pages that I just redated myself. So again, pen to paper. And then I wrote on this side, and again, wasn't prepared quite as well as I could have been for this video, but this is the corresponding page here for the 29th. And then I'll go ahead and show you the 30th, which is like right here. I'm like so mixed up right now, but this is the 29th, and then here's the 30th and 31st. So that's what I ended up doing for my catch-all, and I had no daily pages. I was planning to be in my Halloween planner for most of it, but I ended up really not using my Halloween planner quite that much. So yeah, that was something that I just kind of thought I would do, but I didn't. I did do an October smash book, which I'll do a separate video for that. But this is all I had for October in terms of planning. So that is it for my personal planning. So like I said, I'm really not quite as ready for this video as I thought, because some of it was in my on-the-go planner, just still being used. Okay, so this next one is my faith planner. Again, some of this will have to be blurred out because there's like prayer concerns, there are prayer concerns, and like notes from my church that I don't want to, I'm just saying we'll have to blur some of that out. But let me get to October. I did do some catching up with some of the podcasts and like devotionals that I'm listening to, so I was able to do a lot of that, but most of it was just me listening to it. I'm still in September. Okay, so let me get here. We're getting kind of close, but I did try to catch up. So like this is one of it. I'll have to blur part of this out, but I have been trying to catch up and do some things related to catching up and listening more than taking the notes, and so that's just of course faster just to listen instead of listening and taking notes. So I've been catching up, like I said. This, I'll have to blur out part of this, but we have been at our church actually doing a renovation through the summer and the beginning of fall. And so this day, October the 1st, was when we dedicated the church sanctuary for a former pastor of the church. And so that was a really nice service. And so we had that there. But again, I'll have to blur out some of that. But, you know, we just had like a special like bulletin for that. Again, I'll have to blur out some of this, but it's just our like bulletin from church. And then again, I've been trying to catch up. What I've been doing instead of taking notes on it, I've just been writing the like different like basically the headlines or like the title of the different podcasts or like the section. And so here I'm listening to Catechism in a Year, which I talked about in a video a while back, probably during the Lenten season. But I'm listening to the Catholic Catechism, and right now we're working our way through the Ten Commandments. And then I'm also listening to Bible in a Year, and so these are all of the books, chapters, and verses that we are reading through for, at least I'm trying to catch up with that part of it. And then this is a printable that I found on the internet a long time ago. But since I was finishing up Isaiah, I decided to write on the back of that. And again, just trying to catch up a little bit here. And not taking notes, like I said, but just kind of writing down what I was able to make it through, like how much I was able to listen to in the time that I was, just listening to it. So again, still more like this is Bible in the Year type stuff, but this is also the 8th was Sunday, and so I have some here, some notes related to the sermon, and so we were talking about this day, Genesis 6:8 and the testimony of Noah, which was really good. We are doing a study through Genesis right now, and our pastor is anticipating that it will be about like 3 years that we're going to be in Genesis, and so we have just started in 2023, so we'll be there for a while. And so then Sophia colored this page during church, and then she put her hand in there. I don't know if you can see that, but she like decided to trace her hand on there. That's cute. Right, so again, still just kind of catching up on my readings and different things like that, just Bibles and verses. Bible books, chapters, and verses, and then same thing here. All right, and then going here, I did finish Nehemiah during this time, and then I'll have to blur this out, but basically, I won't show that part, but basically we had a ministry come in and talk to us at church on the 15th of October, so this is just the information for that. The Roots of Grace, and they are working in Cambodia, so that was just a really nice discussion, and he was able to preach during the service too, but mostly it was just kind of like educational information about their ministry. And then Sophia did this at Sunday school, and it's just a cute little interactive piece. I thought that was super cute. Actually, I should move that to her planner. I'll put that to the side to put that in her planner. All right, again, catching up. Now, one thing that is different is I have never actually read any of like the Catholic books of the Bible, and so we're in the Bible in a Year, which is based in Catholicism. They're reading through the Catholic Bible, and so they're going through Maccabees, and so it's been interesting. I will leave my thoughts for a different day, but I again have been tracking that. We did also make it through Esther, so I wrote on the back of that. I can't find these printables anymore, so I've had a couple of people ask me where I got these, and I do not remember. I at some point Googled like summaries of the books of the Bible and found these, but I have not been able to find it, and there's nothing on here that tells me where it is, so. Okay, then this is from Inspired to Grace. This is a coloring book that I've got. I have previously shown a couple of pages from that, but then again, just tracking all the things here. Again, our sermon notes. I'll block out some of this, but basically this was, let's see, Genesis 6:9 through 22. And it's talking about God's plan of basically salvation, and how it's represented even in the Old Testament. So again, that was a very interesting and powerful sermon, right? And then I have it for the next day as well, and so this is the 29th. Again, I'll blur out most of this. I was in the nursery this day, and so I didn't take notes, but I was definitely listening. We have like audio and video filtered into the nursery, but I didn't take notes since I was in the nursery. And then the very last thing here is this note, and on the back of it I listed a prayer request, but this is from one of the micro notes from the Happy Planner, and I just use it to write the prayer notes or the prayer concern on the back. And I'll flip it over, but again, I'll blur out the name. But it's like a super cute little micro. This is from the Everyday Micro, like their very first micro. It's the one that kind of looks like the Miss Maker line. So that came from that. All right, and that's all of October. The rest of this goes into November, so we will leave that for the November flip through. All right, this video is much longer than I thought it would be. Okay, and then last but not least is my food log. And again, I'll just show you October. But what I do in my food log is track all of my food. That's pretty much it. I like to just have a journal of my food because you know, I have lots of symptoms, physical health symptoms, and I'm trying to be better about like trying to figure out what foods, what part of my diet might be triggering that. So that's kind of where I am. But this is October the 1st right here. I did decorate it. It's actually, I think, meant to be like this, right? So I did decorate it like that. But I do use, as you can see here, like classic wellness pages. And so this is the 2nd of October. I did a very bad job stamping this week, but I thought this was super cute. I used some Kelly LaPlan stickers that I have. These are, I think, blushing fall florals, I think, an older sticker book of hers, but that's super cute. And then here I used, I think, either like the Craft Smart sticker book or the Agenda 52 fall sticker book, seasonal sticker book. Again, I think super cute. I was in a very fall vibe. Okay, and then it goes from the 15th to the 23rd, and that's to me one of the benefits of using outdated or undated pages. I don't feel like tied to like having to do something every week. So for a week, I like basically was sick, and so I decided to not take all the notes, and then I just came back to it on the 23rd. So that's how it goes. And sees, right, like I was sick. I was definitely sick for like 2 weeks, so that's that. And then I ran out of these pages, these like wellness pages, and so I started using these routine pages, and I did just the 30th and 31st to finish out October. I did start with November 1st on the next page, but these are from the wellness extension pack. It looks, the design of it looks kind of like this page. The front of it is like a divider, and it's kind of like a black, white, gray divider, but again, it's a wellness extension pack, and that extension pack has a couple of like extra pages each month. So this is one of the sets of extra pages. It's the routine pages, and what I'm doing is, instead of tracking food like this down for each day, I'm just tracking it across for each day. And so I started it with October 30th just because I ran out of wellness pages. So yeah, and that is all of the flip throughs. So I did go through my food log, and I had, of course, my faith. I did work, of course, I did that first, but you know, that's how it goes. When you stack stuff everywhere, it just kind of lands where you can grab it. But these are the 4 planners that I flipped through. And yeah, it was mostly functional. I did decorate some of my work and some of my food log pages, but mostly it was just pen to paper, which I love doing that. I want to be able to just track all of the things. And you know, when I can decorate, I do decorate, but when I can't decorate, I don't decorate, and that's totally fine to me. So I hope these videos are something that you enjoy. I personally enjoy watching after the pen flip throughs, and so that's why I love posting this video every single month. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and until the next video, bye guys.